Hello friends, Pastor Ted again. I'm glad to spend another week with you as we spend a year together in the Word. I hope that you're enjoying the reading. I hope that you've been able to discuss it with one another, and I want to invite you once again to our discussion group. Until Easter, we're having a discussion group on Monday evenings at 7:30. You're welcome to come and join us. So far the discussions have been lively, and I personally have found them enriching and meaningful, and I believe others have done the same, so I hope you'll join us. We'll probably do discussion groups again, but we're going to take a break after Easter. So come on in now if you want to be a part of what God is doing through this study that we have. If you're reading along, you'll know that we've entered a period of historical accounts. It's called the Deuteronomistic history. It begins as the people are on the edge of the Promised Land, and it continues through the period of the kings in Israel. And it's this history of the powers that be, of what's running the nation as it's moving forward. But in the midst of that history, we take a break, and we get this short book called Ruth. And there we get to zoom in on one family that's not particularly powerful. In fact, it's the opposite of powerful, and we get to see what God does through ordinary folks. Naomi and her husband are among the Israelites, the Jewish people, and there's a famine in the land. There's a drought. And so they see an opportunity in a neighboring land, Moab. Naomi and her husband head over there as immigrants and begin to build a life there where they can escape the famine, the drought. Now, Moabites and Jewish people have been adversaries from time to time. They haven't gotten along particularly well. So it's a little bit fraught when they head over. But they build a life. And Naomi's two sons build a life also. They take wives in the land of Moab, Moabite women, Ruth and Orpah. Sadly, Naomi's husband died, and shortly thereafter, both of her sons died as well. So Naomi and her two daughters-in-law were left. Now, in ancient times, inheritance was difficult for women, particularly if you weren't married and didn't have any heirs. So Naomi encouraged her daughters-in-law to go back to their own family, back among the Moabite people, and to find husbands so that they could have children who could inherit from them. In other words, she sent them back to rebuild a life. And after much conversation, Orpah decided that she would do that, but Ruth decided something different. When Naomi pressed her, she said to her mother-in-law, "Where you go, I will go. Where you lodge, I will lodge. Your people will be my people. Your God will be my God." What an amazing turn of events. An outsider, a Moabite woman who has no standing among the Jewish people, would be counted among them, would count their God as hers. She'd found a new family with her mother-in-law, and she was going to see it through. She'd experienced God's blessings in her life, and she wanted to continue to serve God. So Naomi and Ruth headed back to the land of Naomi's ancestors. And they found ways to eat, to be fed, and together they found a way for Ruth to be married. It's quite a story. There's so much to discuss there. But at the end, Ruth has a son. And that son stands in the lineage of David. And anyone who's in the lineage of David continues in the lineage of Christ much later on. What an interesting story. What a strange turn of events. This found family became a blessing not just for a few, but for all of us. What a gift. You know, sometimes in life, we wonder about our birth families, and we become very stuck on the blessings that we can receive from them, and that's a wonderful thing. But sometimes in life, our real family is the family that we find along the way. The folks who come alongside us in time of trial, the folks who are there with us when everything falls apart. These are the people that we look at and say, "Where you go, I will go. Where you stay, I will stay, and your people will be my people." And when we are the people of God, we invite everyone to come along, to join us as we journey, to become part of our family. What a gift that can be for others who struggle. What a gift for those who have been ostracized or who have lost their birth family. And there's more to it. God blesses the world through this outsider, this unexpected person. And God uses the least likely people to do the most amazing things. So, church, we have to be careful. We have to be careful that we don't judge people based on who we think they are, or based on their history or their lineage or their family of origin. We have to be careful to always open our arms and embrace folks that we thought would be outsiders, because God does the most amazing things through found families. I hope you're finding the reading inspiring. I hope this gets you thinking, and I hope to see you in church again soon.